All right, let's get right into it. We hear the term workplace wellness all the time, but I think we need to talk about what it really means. Because there's this hidden power that your actual office building has over your health, your focus, your everything. So, when I say workplace wellness, what's the first image that pops into your head? Go on, think about it for a second. I'm willing to bet you're picturing things like, a discounted gym membership, maybe some healthy snacks in the break room, or one of those meditation apps. And yeah, those things are fine. They're part of the equation. But here's the twist. What if the most powerful, most impactful wellness tool you have isn't a perk at all? What if it's the building itself, the actual structure around you, the walls, the light, even the air you're breathing this very moment? So, let's talk about the real cost of getting this wrong. Because physical discomfort, it's not just a small annoyance you're supposed to tough out. It's a huge, hidden drain on people and on profits. And I mean, just look at the scale of this. That huge chunk of the chart, 38%, that's musculoskeletal disorders. We're talking bad backs, carpal tunnel, constant neck strain. It accounts for more than a third of all injuries at work. It's a massive problem that's hiding in plain sight. And a problem that big? It comes with a staggering price tag. In the US alone, the direct cost of these injuries is over $50 billion every single year. That's a number so big it almost doesn't feel real. And it should be a major wake-up call for any business. And that $50 billion bomb has some serious shrapnel. For the companies inside these buildings, you're looking at healthcare costs jumping by up to 30%. You're seeing productivity just tank by as much as a quarter because people are distracted by pain. And then boom, a single worker's comp climb can cost you 40 to 60 grand. It is a direct hit to the bottom line. So what's the answer? Well, it's not just about buying a fancier chair after someone's already in pain. The real solution, the true foundation of wellness, is the environment itself. And that is where the people who manage our facilities become so incredibly important. I absolutely love this quote because it just shifts your entire perspective. Buildings are not just shelter. They are platforms for human potential. An office isn't just a box that keeps you out of the rain. It's an active environment that can either hold people back or, completely unleash their talent. And this gets us to the core idea here, environmental ergonomics. It's a bit of a technical term, but the idea is simple. It's about consciously designing and controlling everything in the environment. The light, the air, the sound, the temperature, all to boost human well-being and performance. It's the foundation that makes everything else work. So environmental ergonomics isn't just a vague idea. It actually breaks down into a really clear, actionable strategy. Think of it as 4 pillars that you can build a truly healthy workspace on. Okay, pillar number 1, light. You know this feeling. The lighting is terrible, there's a glare on your screen, so what do? You hunch forward, you crane your neck, you get into all these weird positions just to see. And that leads right to neck pain and tired eyes. But get the lighting right, and you can sit naturally, your eyes relax, and your ability to focus just goes through the roof. And getting it right isn't magic. It's a strategy. You start by making sure you've got enough light right where people work. Around 30 to 50-foot candles is the sweet spot. Then you give people control, using dimmable LEDs so they can adjust it to their liking. And finally, you let in as much natural daylight as possible while using simple tools like blinds to kill any annoying glare. Next up, pillar 2, thermal comfort. Come on, think about the last time you were freezing cold in an office, or so hot you couldn't think straight. Were you productive? No way. You were completely distracted, fidgeting, maybe hunched over trying to stay warm. Your brain literally slows down. But in a comfortable space, you can actually sustain your focus and your body can relax into a proper posture. So the goal is a nice, stable temperature, somewhere in that 68 to 76 degree range. But the real secret weapon here is zoning. It's acknowledging that not everyone's internal thermostat is the same. It's about giving people some control over their little patch of the office. And of course, hunting down and destroying those awful drafts and hotspots. All right, pillar number 3 is sound. A noisy office isn't just distracting, it's physically damaging. All that background chatter and constant interruption actually increases your stress hormones, which then causes your shoulders and neck muscles to tense up. It makes deep work impossible. A space that's acoustically balanced, on the other hand, creates a sense of calm that lets that physical tension just melt away. So how do you manage the sound? Well, you attack it on two fronts. First, you manage the overall background hum, keeping it around 45 to 50 decibels, which is about the level of a quiet library. You can use things like sound-absorbing panels or even white noise systems. Second, and this is just smart design, you separate your spaces. You create zones for quiet, focused work and different zones for loud, collaborative energy so they're not at war with each other.
And that brings us to our last pillar, air quality, which might just be the most invisible one. But wow, is it powerful. When the air in a room is stale and full of CO2, you can feel it. You get tired, you get that brain fog, you can't make good decisions. But when you bring in fresh, clean air, the difference is night and day. Your cognitive performance shoots up, and you just feel more alert.
The game plan here is pretty clear. First, you've got to pump in more fresh air from outside, enough to keep those CO2 levels way down, below 800 parts per million. And second, you stop pollution at the source. This means choosing building materials and even cleaning supplies that are low in what are called VOCs. These are chemicals that can leak out of new furniture or paint and really drag down the air quality. Okay, so those are the four pillars: light, thermal, sound, and air. But let's get to the bottom line. What's the actual return on investing in these things? Does it really pay off? Well, the return on investment is it's incredibly clear. You can draw a straight line from an investment to a real result. You put in a better lighting system, you get less eye strain and better focus. You improve the ventilation, you can see up to a 15% jump in cognitive performance. You put it all together with this environmental approach, you can slash workplace injuries by 40 to 60%. And the ultimate return? You become a magnet for the best tenants, and they stay. And this all leads to the big idea, the main takeaway from all of this. This isn't just about making an office a little bit nicer. This is about forging a powerful, sustainable, competitive advantage in the market. A wellness-focused property is not a cost center. I'm going to say that one more time. It is not a cost center. It is a strategic asset. It's a tool that actively attracts and, just as importantly, retains the best companies, the ones who know that their people are their most valuable resource. So, I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. When you look at your own property, your own workplace, is it just a building or is it a genuine competitive advantage?